So, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to, the obviously F1 Italian Grand Prix race review, where Charles Leclerc's just won his second back-to-back Grand Prix and his first ever Italian Grand Prix, of course. And, yeah, bit of a mixture of, happiness right now I have, in myself right now. Obviously, I'm happy for Ferrari as a team, but disappointed with the guy who won it in a way, because I wanted Vettel to win it. But obviously, Vettel didn't win it, so, I accept the result for what it is, of course. But I don't want to take anything away from it, of course. It's another Ferrari win, and yeah, let's endeavour to talk about what happened in today's race. So first, let's start with Charles Leclerc, our race winner. 2 back-to-back race wins for Scuderia Ferrari. And obviously it's Charles Leclerc's second race win this season in 2019 and his second win with the Ferrari team. So, obviously, absolutely thrilled, of course, for Leclerc. I think he did a fantastic job, of course. But, I don't think we should be over the moon, about a result. Yes, I think it's a brilliant result, Ferrari should be happy with the result. But I think whilst, we can see the strength is the engine, we can also see that where our weakness is clear. And, overall, it doesn't change, I don't think, no matter this result, it doesn't change my opinion on 2019. The season that promised so much but delivered so little. And yes, it's a great result for Charles Leclerc. Yes, I think, if you're a Leclerc fan or a Ferrari fan or a neutral perspective, you'll be thrilled. But, let's not get carried away here into a fantasy or into a fairyland tale. Because, yes, it's a great result for the young Monte Carlo driver of Charles Leclerc. But, let's make no mistake about it, It's obviously 2 race wins, when Ferrari should have been going for the championship, of course. And that's what Ferrari should have been going for. They should have been going for the championship this season. So, this win, for Leclerc, is really, in my opinion, a very minute victory over his rivals and his teammate. It's not, I don't think, a career-changing victory. Obviously, it does mean he's now, I think, 13 points ahead of his teammate Sebastian Vettel in the Drivers' Championship, which is, obviously good for Leclerc. But, we're in this now second part of the season, obviously, let's not forget that. And the next circuit, Singapore, is a circuit Vettel loves, and he's always gone well there. Then we've got some other circuits where Vettel can easily do very, very well, like Brazil. But, any winner, I think, right now in the second half of the season is more of just a consolation win. It's not going to change, I don't think, the difference, or it ain't going to be the difference between winning this year's championship or not winning the championship. And I'm sorry, that's the truth of the reality. Yes, this win is a good win for Ferrari. We should be proud. I am proud of Leclerc, but let's not get carried away. Next, let's come on to Bottas, who was second today. And, good result for Valtteri Bottas. He drove a good race overall. He finished only a second behind Leclerc. Now, that's what I mean. A second behind isn't a lot. If you think of it, that just shows how strong Mercedes are right now. And, in fact, our weaknesses was very clear to see. In the Ascari chicane, in the 2 Lesmos, we were so slow. Ferrari was so slow. That car was so slow through there. It was about 3 miles per hour down on the Mercedes in the corners almost, which is a lot, actually, in Formula 1. I know it's not much, maybe in reality, but it is a lot, okay? And we were losing about, you could say, about 2 tenths, 3 tenths in the corners, okay, to the Mercedes. And we were only pulling out half a second in the straight. So that's a net effect of 2 tenths a lap or under. And it wasn't enough to get away from the Mercedes when they have also a very reliable engine and a very powerful engine as well. So overall, don't get me wrong, yes, okay, Ferrari are strong, but, I think what Bottas did today was a brilliant job. I make no mistake about it. Probably one of the better jobs on the grid, in my opinion, he did today overall. Because, thinking about, the result Bottas got, P2, is a fantastic job for, in my opinion, Bottas and for the Mercedes team. Coming on to another driver who had a good race today, obviously, that was Lewis Hamilton, P3. Now, I don't think he'll be too disappointed with P3. I think he'll be pretty sound with it, of course. It's obviously maybe not the result Hamilton would have wanted, but look, it ain't going to change, I don't think, the championship. I think the championship is long gone for everyone else, overall. And it wouldn't surprise me if we see, a Hamilton win next week, or in 2 weeks, time, in, Singapore, personally. So, yeah, yes, it's a, disappointing result for Hamilton. P3 ain't the result he necessarily would have wanted. Hamilton, he would have wanted more. But, I don't think you can actually really be too disheartened by the result what Hamilton got. I don't think he'll be too disheartened. He's still first in the championship by 63 points, and that's what counts, really. Next, we come on to the 2 Renaults. Primarily, let's start with Ricciardo, who finished 4th place, and a fantastic result for Daniel Ricciardo, obviously. Absolutely fantastic for Daniel. To finish P3, absolutely brilliant for him. He'll be thrilled with that, of course, overall. And it's one he will remember. P3 is a very, very good result for Daniel. It takes him up to 8th in the drivers' standings overall. So, of course, that, in my opinion, is a good result for Daniel Ricciardo. And he's now only about 25 points shy of Carlos Sainz. For Renault, though, as well, it also moves Renault a lot closer in the constructors' standings to the likes of course, McLaren, only now 20 points behind. So, very, very close. And going to be, I think, a very fascinating end to the season between the 2 teams. But I think, that obviously there are going to be circuits that will favour Renault, and there will be circuits that will favour also McLaren. But I think, the way Renault performed overall on probably a circuit that doesn't even suit them that well, is a thrilling result and a very, very encouraging result for Renault. And they introduced a new engine, actually, this weekend. And, it seems to have worked, that new engine. I don't know what they've done to it, but it seems to have gained them something. How much horsepower does it have? Is it ahead now of Honda once again? I just don't know. I don't think any of us knows. But this weekend has been a real positive for Ricciardo and for Renault. Next, moving on to Hülkenberg, P5. Absolutely brilliant result for him as well. Yes, he's departuring the team. But, if this was one last thank you present to Hülkenberg, well, it was a good one. Only 3 points behind Daniel Ricciardo in the driver's standings. So, yeah, obviously, brilliant result for Nico Hülkenberg today. and I'm pretty sure he'll be pretty satisfied with that, result for himself then there today. So yeah, obviously good result for him. And finally, I think, a final mention I want to mention is Alex Albon, P6. Okay, yes, there were one or two errors maybe for Albon. He did cut the corner, overall. But I think he did another good job for Red Bull, finishing ahead once again of his teammate. That's the first time I think Verstappen's been outraced by a teammate for such a long time now, on 2 occasions. But yeah, good result for Alex Albon. I'm pretty sure he'll be satisfied with P6 once again. And yeah, good result. So how does that affect things quickly in the championship? Well, again, terms of driver standings, top 3 still remain the same. It does mean Leclerc's now a bit closer to Verstappen, and he's now 13 points ahead of Vettel. So, obviously very, very good for, Leclerc there. So he's found a bit of distance between himself and his teammate. But, look, does it change anything? I don't think it does. Now, does it change anything at Ferrari? I'm going to do another video. How does this affect Ferrari, and where do Ferrari go? And Vettel's now clearly for 2020. What is the direction for Ferrari? But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this reaction video to the Italian Grand Prix. See you all next time.